Alright, what's up, yins guys? I'm gonna do a video about that track team that got punished for making whatever godlike symbol and after their victory, and I guess they're being punished for it even though they won their spot. But I want to address this for any future bullshit like this that people be pulling or gonna be pulling in the future. I don't think it's right for anybody. If they won something, whatever sports team, and if they make some godlike symbol or any kind of religious symbol of any kind, if they won their spot and they actually, because they played and they beat out somebody else, they should not be punished for making some kind of religious symbol and be punished by not being allowed to participate in the playoffs, the championships, or whatever the heck you call it. And I want to actually remind some of you guys too, since I'm my attitude about this, I'm projecting my attitude about this, I want to remind some of you too where my thinking is on this. Any atheists that are watching, I also wanted to remind you, I believe it. You're right. If you want to be an atheist, fine. If you want to say you don't want anybody in a religion trying to convert you, I believe that's your right. And I've said on YouTube and in blogs before about a couple of different people. They're probably trolls on their anonymity. There was one guy named XX Jesus is Lord XX. He had a video a while, like I think a couple years ago, a while back, or people like them. They were talking about atheists should be arrested, burned, and murdered and all that, even though they're trolls. I says I don't go for that shit. I don't even. But I also believe in people in a religion should be, if they want to be in a religion, to isolate themselves from things that are considered evil, which things that should be considered evil, and you don't want to participate. Maybe you don't want to participating in drug use, recreational drug use, over drinking, and you want to use a religion to isolate yourself from that. Yes, and I don't believe it should be a thing to force down somebody's throat and require them either to force them to be in a religion. But I think religion is most effective if it's used for the purpose of isolating yourself and separating yourself from something that you don't want to participate in the world that you think is evil, you know what I mean? But I believe if atheists have different attitude. If you want to, if you're an atheist and you don't really want to over drink and act like a drunken fool and all that too, you know, I respect that. But I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the stuff that I was also back and forth in a blog about one of my videos too, that I may not have explained it properly either, but maybe the atheist on there, he made it into an issue about me proving the existence of God. And I think at the time, I think I didn't use the right word. I wanted to use the word that in this my system that of exercise that I use on YouTube and that I advocate, and I wanted to apply it to spitefully to any team of any kind of sports team that gets punished for making a godlike symbol. I can be the guy I don't have to prove God exists at all, because the word iconic is the word that I wanted to use. If it's iconic, it creates a drive, whether you prove to anybody that God exists or not. And I always preach to people that exercise combined with ritualistic things, you know what I mean? It could even be some of yin's people that, you know, of other kind of pagan-like religions that do dances of different things. What I actually use is anything you want to do in a ritual, simply because it can be modified, it can be sped up, slowed down, increments can be ceremonially added, sped up as the person's strength increases. I try to tell an atheist it can be created, like it can be. You don't have to prove God exists because it works as a machine, and that's how even a lot of ancient people has done it. I mean, not that I advocate idol worship, but the people that worshipped idols actually found this out, and that's why a lot of these groups, some of them good or bad, actually generated some pretty athletically powerful soldiers. I studied things like YouTube helped me able to study firsthand things like what they called the Zircone, the Persian exercise routine, which was done for centuries, and I have enough reason to believe it was done by a lot of other cultures, too, a similar version of it. You know what I mean? But I actually believe that I hate to, I don't want to slam atheists in a way, and I'm not I ain't gonna go there with any atheist that wants to be a jerk and actually play the you can prove the existence of God card on me. But I am basically telling you that I believe in the atheist's right to not be a part of a religion. I believe in the person in a religion, like I just said, to be a part of, to separate himself from something as evil. I would rather have a religion do that, and to be able to socialize, and less of requirement to convert people and emphasize on the thing to separate yourself from it. And like I says, I believe in the concept that I believe there's a concept that should be expanded to make fitness routines and church be both combined to be effective for those reasons, isolating yourself from something as evil. And I believe that the physical fitness should be involved in a church, because my routines I do on YouTube represent a spiritual struggle, and I've been trying to preach that to some of these people that are into that self-harm crap. I mean, it can be combined with Sholinism-like things and martial arts type stuff. But I hate to tell the atheist, if the atheist wants to be a jerk and play the existence of God card on me, which ain't gonna work, because I'm trying to tell them that even if you say God didn't exist, the idea of training, the kind of way I see it, don't matter if you think God exists at all, as long as it's iconic, and if you can tell some atheists that it works like a machine. But what I'm actually trying to say is, if somebody wants to punish somebody for making a God symbol of any kind and deny them from being in the championships and the playoffs and different things, then they all should just, well, if you are religious, maybe you rather not raise a middle finger or make a gesture of that kind, like I sort of believe in doing, But I believe that, fine, don't bring us in the playoffs. We'll just spitefully just do something athletic and make a club and a gym on our own, and we can say, the hell with you in your playoffs or whatever. If you're going to punish us, maybe we don't need your championships of different kinds, you know what I mean? But I'm more the kind of guy, my YouTube could be modified a little bit better, some things I can sort of tweak and do away with, and some stuff that I can add to. I believe pretty much that whether you prove the existence of God or not, some of the things that I'm trying to advocate represent a spiritual struggle, which gives you a sense of victory, simply because even if somebody doesn't believe in the existence of God part, it works as an iconic thing, as a machine, and that's why I believe a lot of the atheists hate it. That's why, because I'm not trying to attack any atheists personally, because I'm not going there. I told both sides of the fence that I'm not going there with them, extremists on either side. This atheist, trying to argue the existence of God thing on one of my videos, because I don't say all atheists are like that, but that's the only card, that's all they know how to do. And then there's some extreme on the extreme religious side that I complain about their card they play, but basically this one, I'm not going to say all atheists are like this guy, but trying to play that card, and he had no answer for what I was saying in a one video, which I was spitefully making to make my case. Basically, I believe in just making my case basically out of spite and flaunting the fact that it really works, okay? But what I'm trying to say is, if you have, I hate to tell you this, I don't want nothing personal, but I think if you had a team of atheists that, that's their choice, and a team of other kind of people that would be inclined to allow me to coach them, I guarantee they will kick the atheists team's butt, because some of the things I believe are advocating ritualistic training practices that if you were even in a pagan religion, that's why a lot of even people in the pagan religions on YouTube either ignore me or they're calling a code 3, because I don't know, some of them do think that there's something wrong with what I'm saying, that some of the stuff that they're doing anyway, it can be, I'm just saying, any kind of ritual dancing, even people that in ancient times that did pagan rituals and that, and they converted to Christianity, they still danced and did everything. It's a part of life anyway, and the ritualistic part is just you're assigning the increments and assigning the RPM. You can change the RPM anytime you want in an exercise routine, and if you're I'm basically into the, well, you're doing it anyway attitude, the Swiss Army knife attitude, you know what I mean? And it don't matter if you prove the existence of God. I don't have to prove, I believe I don't have to prove to anybody no existence of God. I'm just proving that all I have to prove is the iconic version combined with a chosen ritualistic increment and platform. The best way to explain it would be almost if any of you guys took maybe a computer coding class like Visual Basic or something. You can assign declarations up here and assign your define your variables here, and you can whatever statements you want to use. You want to assign your declare everything up here like this, and then you can even declare an incremental number. I'm trying to say this without giving somebody a whole speech on computer coding, but what I'm trying to say is, say if you had something like somebody that studied the computer code and all that you can assign increments if you want to run a program and build it. When you make your declarations up here, and say you write a line of code that you can either assign a particular increment for a speed of anything to run, what kind of program you're running. You can assign it, or you can make it as the increment can be changed at any particular time for any particular purpose you want. Depends on that I'm saying that if it stands as a machine, it can maybe prove to somebody that's non-religious that miracles can happen at the same time. That maybe in some cases, maybe what if you need more of the physical, just for the physical, to gain the confidence, you know what I mean? And then what if the person that has less confidence in himself because less physical, he can't do anything, you know what I mean? That you can generate faith. It depends